Hi everyone, this is Mia from Mia More Life, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own glitter sneakers. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome, and please hit that subscribe button down below so we can be YouTube friends. Today's video is a request from one of my DIY brides who wants to make glitter converse for her wedding, which I think is completely awesome. So this one goes out to you, Michelle. I'm going to give you a quick list of supplies, but I'll leave a link down below with everything I used in this video. Aside from a pair of shoes, you will also need a nonstick surface, a paintbrush, some painter's tape or masking tape, newspaper, a ramekin or small bowl, some Mod Podge, and if you're a DIY bride, I recommend buying the large jar because you can use it for so many different projects. You're also going to need some glitter, and make sure it is the extra fine type. Extra fine. A few other items to keep nearby are paper towels, water, cotton swabs, and a nail file. Let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is fill up your shoes with crumpled newsprint. And this is going to help your shoes keep their shape as you're applying the Mod Podge. Next, take your painter's tape or masking tape and block off any areas of the shoe that you don't want glittered. You don't have to worry about your bottom of your shoes. You also don't need to worry about the eyelets where your shoelaces go in because we're going to clean those up along the way. Okay, now that your shoes are taped, we're going to start mixing our Mod Podge. You're going to want to fill your ramekin with a good amount of Mod Podge and a ton of glitter. Now as you're adding your glitter, you're going to see that's very sparkly. And once you combine it with the Mod Podge, it's not going to look sparkly anymore. In fact, it's probably just going to look very dull. But don't worry, because once it's applied to your shoes, that glitter will come back to life. So make sure that's well combined and then start applying your first layer. Now I'm using the round paintbrush for my first layer because I want to blot on the paint. It's kind of a blot brush combo, but you want to make sure you get a good first layer. It doesn't need to be super thick, but as you can see, the white glue is fairly opaque on this first layer. And just carefully go along the edges until your entire shoe is covered. Then you can take a paper towel or one of your cotton swabs and just kind of clean up some of the areas that you may have gotten glue on. The eyelet holes are one area that you definitely want to clean up, and my shoes have this black piping, so I'm just gonna clean up that a little bit as well. And these shoes have this striped pattern on them, and it's kind of nice because you guys are going to be able to see just how much that pattern goes away as you add these different layers. So let your shoes dry completely and then add your second coat. So for this one I am using my flat brush because I'm going to get more detailed. I want to make sure everything is covered. And then because I want these shoes to be extra glittery, I'm actually going to be adding glitter straight onto the shoe. So don't let this dry yet. Clean up the eyelets and the edges, and then just start sprinkling the glitter all over. These are going to look so sparkly. I love this project. And it's really so simple. Any bride can do this, anyone can do this, and I know that these shoes have become somewhat of a trend and they can get really expensive. So this is a great alternative to buying them. Now that your shoes have all this glitter on them, let it dry completely, and you can see how sparkly it is. And once they're dry, you're just going to kind of knock off the excess glitter. So now my shoes are dry, and I'm just going to remove the painter's tape. You can see how silver the shoes are. You can't even see the stripes anymore. I mean, they are just completely covered in glitter. You can also see that it did not tape very well because the glitter has kind of bled onto the rubber part of the shoe. But that's okay. All you need to do is take your nail file and lightly file over the areas that may have gotten some glitter on them. and this will completely, works like an eraser for Mod Podge. So it's really, don't worry about it. Yes, probably should have taped it a little better, but it's really not going to be a problem. You can also use water and a cotton swab to clean off areas that may have glitter on it, like the piping on the edges, your eyelet holes, the rubber soles. But when you put your laces in, remember it's going to be covering up a lot of this front part of the shoe. And honestly, because my shoes were old, they were used shoes, I actually painted white around the edges. Now your shoes will probably be brand new and beautiful, so you won't have to do this, but it is possible. Now, if you want to add rhinestones to your shoes, this is also really simple. So you're going to get your rhinestones and your E6000, and I am using this little stick I made that kind of grabs onto the rhinestones, but you can just use your fingers. This is a lot easier if you do one side of your shoe at a time. What you're going to want to do is put E6000 around the edges and then apply the rhinestones one by one. And just repeat until you have the design that you want. I also added a weight inside my shoe, let it dry, and then flip your shoe over and do the other side. Otherwise your rhinestones might move, get crooked, and you don't want that. So I am just applying these all around. Now if you're going to do rhinestones on the toe of your shoe, I recommend starting from the middle and working outwards, because that's going to give you a really nice pattern. One other idea I tried was putting some blue rhinestones in the back, and I think that's a really cute way to add your something blue. So I'm replicating some shoes that DIY bride Michelle wanted to make, which is why I'm using these big clear rhinestones. But there are so many different colors and patterns you could use. So just be creative and definitely add your own style and flair to your shoes. Now on to the shoelaces. For your shoelaces, all you're going to need is a pair of scissors, some ribbon, and a candle or lighter. Now on to the laces. So if you want to do ribbon laces, just take your ribbon, measure it out to the length of the original shoelaces, and then add like 2 inches. Now when you cut the ends of your ribbons, you have a couple different options. You can just cut them at an angle, or you can cut them in a V shape. Then you're going to want to seal them off with a lighter or a candle. That way they don't fray. And that's it. Now you can just thread them through, and you have your DIY glitter sneakers. And you can see the thicker the ribbon, the more of that poofy kind of dramatic look you're going to get, which I think is really cute for brides. So that's it. Please let me know if you have any questions about this tutorial, and if you have made your own glitter shoes, I'd love to see them. So share them with me in the comments below or on social media at Mia More Life. I'd love to create more videos for you all, so please let me know what you'd like to see. I was a DIY bride, so I know what it's like, and I'd love to help you all out. So yeah, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share, you guys. Thanks.